I remember the exact moment it happened when the whole diner went dead silent. I was gripping a chipped coffee mug in one hand, trying not to let it shake, and in the other, well, I was holding back 3 years worth of frustration. "You have exactly 10 seconds to step away from me," I told him. He laughed, thought I was bluffing. Rich boys like him always think the world will bend for them. But not that day. The place was called Gracie's Corner, a little family-run diner tucked on a dusty street in Winston, North Carolina. Nothing fancy, linoleum floors, sun-faded booths that smell of bacon grease that never quite leaves your clothes. I'd been working there for 3 years, ever since I moved from Barbados, with two dreams: to become a nurse and to help my grandma back home retire in peace. Life had other ideas, though, so I waited tables, studied at night, sent every spare dollar across the ocean. I was in the middle of a lunch rush that day, covering for my coworker who'd started having contractions. I didn't mind. This place wasn't just work, it was family. Gracie, the owner, gave me a shot when others turned me away. Folks like Mr. Emerson, who always ordered meatloaf with extra gravy, came in just to see how my classes were going. But then he walked in. Colton Beckford. Tailored suit, smug grin, and two equally punchable sidekicks trailing behind him. His kind didn't come to Gracie's. Too authentic, they'd say. But I knew the type: rich boys looking for kicks among the real folk. They sat in my section. Of course. I gave them menus, asked for drink orders, tried to stay professional. Colton looked me over like I was on the menu. "What do you drink when you're off work, sweetheart?" "Something islandy." I forced a smile. "Sweet tea. Coke or water?" He leaned back, real casual. "I'll have whatever you're having." "Maybe you can sit on my lap and explain the specials," his friend snickered. The customers got quiet, real quiet. I'd dealt with jerks before, sure, but this was different. It wasn't flirting, it was a performance. He wanted the room to see him disrespect me and watch me take it. I walked away, thought that'd be the end of it. But Colton stood up, loud now. "Hey, island girl, we're not done." Gracie peeked out from the kitchen, frown deepening. Mr. Emerson put down his fork. I turned slow. "Sir, I'll take your order when you're ready." He stepped in close, too close. "No, you'll listen when I talk. Do you know who I am?" I didn't blink. "Someone about to get thrown out, apparently." He laughed. "You're a waitress. I could buy this dump and fire you before dinner." That's when something in me snapped. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I just put both hands on his chest and shoved hard. His polished shoes slid. He stumbled, caught the leg of a chair, and went down flat on his designer suit. The room froze. Then, "You go, girl," someone whispered. He scrambled up, red-faced, humiliated. "You assaulted me." "I defended myself," I said, breath shaking. He pulled out his phone. "I'm calling the police. My father will shut this whole place down." That's when a voice from the corner said, "Good. Let's all have a word with them then." Everyone turned. Old man Harvey, retired sheriff, nursing his usual black coffee. He stood up, slow, steady, tall even in his years. "Been watching the whole thing, son. You want to lie to the cops? Go ahead. But I'll be here when they ask for witness statements." Colton's mouth opened, closed. He looked around, hoping anyone was on his side. All he saw was disgust. "I'll ruin you," he hissed at me. "Then do it from outside," I said, pointing at the door. He left his little crew trailing behind him, tails tucked. That night, the video went viral. Someone had caught the whole thing on their phone. Next morning, we were packed. Reporters showed up. Customers tipped double. People sent gift cards, flowers, notes, thanking me for standing up. But with the support came fear. What if his father really did own half the town? What if I just put Gracie's in danger? Then, the helicopter came. No warning. Just that low thumping sound above the diner, then a sleek black bird settling into our gravel lot like it had landed on Wall Street. Out stepped a man in a navy suit, gray hair, sharp eyes. Quiet, commanding. Roger Beckford, Colton's father. He walked in like he didn't need bodyguards because he was the bodyguard. Everyone froze. Except me. I didn't flinch, didn't move. He walked up to the counter. Miss Morales. I nodded. My son caused you harm. I'd like to talk. Privately, if you're willing. Gracie stepped up. If you have something to say it here. Roger nodded. Fair enough. He apologized. Not in that fake PR-crafted way. His voice cracked. His hands trembled slightly. Then he handed me a simple white card. On it, a handwritten note offering a full scholarship, any school, anywhere. Tuition, living expenses, a stipend for my grandmother. Gasps all around. I looked at him and asked why he didn't blink. Because I've raised a son who believes power makes him superior. And yesterday you reminded me what real strength looks like. I turned him down. Yep, right there in front of everybody. Not because I didn't need it, God knows I did, but because I didn't want to be some billionaire's redemption project. That night I sat on my porch watching the Georgia stars flicker above my tiny apartment. I called Nana in Barbados. She listened quietly. Then she said, "Baby, when I washed floors in Bridgetown, a woman paid for me to finish school." She said she wasn't buying me. She was passing the kindness forward. Do you regret taking it? I asked. Not for 1 minute. The next morning I met Roger at the Botanical Gardens. Neutral ground. I asked every hard question I had. What do you expect from me? Will you take this back when the headlines fade? Is this just about your guilt? He didn't dodge, didn't deflect. He looked me in the eye and said, "Yes, I feel guilt. Yes, this started because of my son, but it ends with you if you'll let it." And somehow, I believed him. 6 months later, I started nursing school at Belmont University on the Beckford Courage Scholarship. Not a penny owed, no photo ops, just a quiet promise kept. I saw Colton again once. He was bussing tables at a steakhouse uptown. Told me his father cut him off. Said I ruined his life, but honestly, maybe I saved it. So now I'm asking you, if you were in my shoes, would you have taken that scholarship? Or walked away like I did at first? Have you ever been in a moment where standing up for yourself changed everything? Drop your thoughts below. Because this wasn't just my story. It's the story of every person who's ever been told they're less than just for where they came from or what uniform they wear. And today, we say enough.